nonsense. And we do have a guest on the phone, and our guest this week is writer, comedian, and nuisance, I almost said nuisance wildlife removal expert, Doug Shear. And Doug is going to discuss his latest book, American Karma, Twilight of the Marijuana Gods.
What?
There you go. All right. I knew that would pique your interest. And he's also going to let us know about his...
That piqued everybody else's interest,
too. You mentioned marijuana is the key word on this show.
Yeah,
Once you mention it, the phones light up.
There you go. What the hell?
Intern.
Hang on, Doug. Hang on.
Answer the phone. Mick doesn't know how. Yeah, Mick, I think if you hit the button, then...
He's hitting all of them.
I keep dropping them. No, Doug, hang on. Anyways, Doug is going to talk about also his website, primopot.com.
All right.
Check
primopot.com. And my personal favorite is going to be intimatehair.com, which is all about pubic hair, which will also be a history lesson for our young intern sitting in tonight.
Definitely.
So we do welcome Doug Shear to the Mix Show. Welcome, Doug.
Hi. You guys there?
Yeah, we're here. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Good deal.
Great.
Thanks for coming on to the show. Let's start off first with your book that you just put out, which is American Karma, Twilight of the Marijuana Gods. Is that a misleading title?
It's very misleading, of course. I don't even know what that means. But the reason I said marijuana gods is because back in the day when we would smoke a joint, we would get down to the end, and if we didn't have a roach clip or anything, we would take it and flick it off into the bushes and say a sacrifice to the marijuana gods.
Yep. Oh.
And that's kind of where that phrase came from.
Okay. Well, being one who never smoked, that's news to me. Go ahead.
You know what I used to do, Doug? I would smoke that thing until it burned the crap out of my fingers, and then I'd swallow it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's old school.
It's a sacrifice to me. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I actually found out a lot of people do the same thing I did. They would flick it off into the bushes and say, in memory of so-and-so that might have died or something like that. It's fairly common. I found out after the book was published. So kind of weird.
So what's the storyline behind the book? Tell us where does it start? What's going on?
Well, basically, this goes back several years, more than several years, back in the 1970s, and a friend of mine and myself, when we were 17, we left home and decided to hitchhike around the country. He was black and gay. I didn't know he was gay at the time. As I mentioned, I did know he was black. There was.
What was the good?
We hitchhiked. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we hitchhiked around the country. We hooked up with a school bus. We harvested massive amounts of marijuana in Kansas. Terrible, horrible stuff. It didn't do anything but give you a headache. And we drove it out to Denver and sold all of it. And then ultimately I got involved with one of the most notorious get-rich-quick schemers of the 20th century. Before Bernie Madoff, there was Glen Turner.
Oh, yeah.
And myself and a buddy, we were just a couple of hippies, and we got hooked up with them and had all kinds of adventures. And some of us ended up dying in the process. I wasn't one of them.
Hey, wait.
That's kind of like where the Twilight comes from.
Oh, let me.
But that's what the book's about. It's a hippie adventure comedy, true story.
What for those who aren't aware who Turner was? Explain who he was and what he did and your involvement.
Glen Turner was actually a very interesting man. He still is. He was an ignorant, uneducated, hair-lipped farmer who came up with a set of motivational tapes called Dare to Be Great, which he made a ton of money. And then he created a company called Coscott Interplanetary, Cosmetics for the Communities of Tomorrow, all with spelled with a K. And it was a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
And he made millions and millions of dollars with that until he ended up in jail for a few years and lost everything. So, but he was a very interesting guy. He was a precursor of the whole self-help movement. And of course, before Bernie Madoff, there was Glen Turner. He was fairly famous at the time. He's still alive. He still has a website out there, I believe.
Yeah, I grew up in Orlando, and Glen Turner's mansion was a big deal, man.
Oh, that's right. He actually had a giant billboard that said, "Welcome to Orlando, home of Glen Turner."
Yes. He was a big deal in Orlando. That's the truth.
So
he was. And I only met him once, which is in the book, and it was sort of an interesting experience. And I wish him well, but, he ripped off a lot of people.
Yeah. In the end, it was a giant screw.
I wish you well, but you did rip off a lot of people.
But, he did his time, so.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. I've been tempted to send him a copy of the book, but I'm afraid he'll sue me. So
He sounds like a future guest for the Mic Show, to be honest with you.
I tell you what, if you can get him on, he'll talk your ear off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we need.
Exclusive
Talk radio.
Are our specialty.
All right. So that the book is about your travels back in the 70s and dealing with the pot, and you're basically it's on the road with Doug Shear.
It is.
Yeah.
It's on the road, but a couple of decades after.
Yeah. So where are they going to get this book? Where can they find it?
Oh, well, your best bet is just to go to Amazon. You can buy it in paperback or Kindle.
Twilight, American Karma, Twilight of the American Gods. Do you want to tell us how the book ends?
It's Twilight of the Twilight of the Marijuana Gods.
Twilight of the Marijuana Gods. Pardon me. How does the book end?
It ends on the last page.
Okay, good. There we go.
and what kind of vampires are in this book?
It's got vampires, zombies, naked women. It actually does have some naked women in there. It's sort of it's a coming of age novel. So there's some sex and not a lot of it because it's me. But there's some sex in there as well.
Well, okay. Maybe we. Or what is PrimoPot.com?
Well, I've been trying to make a living, which a lot of people are trying to do, and I discovered the whole world of internet, of URLs and domain names and websites. And so I came up with a few. They're very hard to find. I mean, everything's been taken. Somebody bought up every phrase and word in the English language. But I came up with a few. PrimoPot.com is one of them. I thought it was a cool name. I mean, that's what we used to call it in the day, get some Primo Pot.
Yep.
And right now is just sort of an overview of the whole world of marijuana, what it is, history of it, how to cure it. One of the things I discovered in our bus trip is that you can take really bad marijuana and you put it into a large garbage can with dry ice, and you leave it for 48 hours, and it's supposed to significantly increase the potency of the marijuana.
Does that work, Doug?
No, not at all.
I'm asking for a friend.
However, create a green bowl that makes it smell a little bit stronger. So that's something. But
so you can sell it for more money.
Pardon me?
So you can sell it for more money.
Well, we sold it really cheap. We had
would.
so much of it, and we told people this is really bad pot. It is really bad.
It's horrible.
We saw an ounce of it for like $10, so we sold it all. Mostly in the park, Washington Park.
Discount rate.
You got it. There's a lesson there somewhere. I wish I'd learned it.
Buy low, sell high.
PrimoPot.com.
The site's out there. I had some ads on there, but nobody bought anything. They would go to look at different bong shops and a lot of marijuana supply stores. I had advertised there. They would look at them, but they didn't buy anything. And if they don't buy anything, I don't make any money. And Google won't look at the site because it's inappropriate according to their high standards. So it's out there. I'm going to do something with it someday, or maybe I'll partner. Somebody wants to partner with me on the site and do something useful and monetize it. Let me know. Okay.
Well, it worked pretty well for Tommy Chong for a little while.
Yeah, until they threw him in jail.
I don't know. Are the laws any different in Florida? Can you sell bongs through the internet, or is it?
I don't know if you can sell them through the internet, but there's plenty of stores everywhere.
Yeah, there's plenty of stores, but he was selling them. He
had a problem in Iowa, didn't he? I think it was Iowa.
He sold to a minor.
Oh, he sold it to a minor. So, all right, so he was set up, basically, So
Yeah,
all right.
he was set up. You're absolutely right.
Okay, yeah.
Chris Hansen got him.
So, all right, yeah. So, all right. Well, then I was just thinking maybe, with PrimoPot.com, and the minute I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, that's where I get my papers, that's where I get my bong, and, hash pipe and everything else, my roach clips.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That sounds a good idea.
I'm glad I could help.
I can sell stuff.
Glad I could help.
Send me a check.
Yeah. I'll let the feds know where I got the idea from.
Believe me, they're monitoring us already.
Hey, so
Great. Good to know.
okay, so you also do a lot of stand up.
I don't do a lot of stand up. I started doing. I'm basically a writer. And I started writing an article about my attempts to find a job. And after I read it afterwards, I said, oh, my God, this sounds like a stand-up comedy act. So I started doing stand-up. I went to some open mics and started doing that. And it's actually kind of fun and terrifying. Have you guys ever done that?
Oh, just one of us, just Mike. Mike
yeah.
has. He's done some stand-up, so.
Yeah. It's a scary thing to do. You have some great days, and other days you just bomb so bad that at one point I stood there looking at the audience going, oh, my God, this is horrifying. I had to get off the stage before I faint,
Yeah, that's the one.
I've had some successes as well. My biggest crowd was actually 300 people.
Oh, that's great.
At a thing called Lip Service Stories here in Miami at a theater, at the Miracle Theater, which is kind of cool. So I don't do a lot of stand-up, but I just started doing it to, do something with my humdrum life, and yeah. That's kind of that.
Okay, so you're not actually on the road as a comedian. You're just doing it locally?
That's correct, yeah. But if anybody ever wants to pay me for it, I'll go on the road.
Hey, you and me, bud. We'll share we'll split a Motel 6, and, I promise to sleep in the corner.
I'll sleep outside in a sleeping bag if I have to, yeah.
Oh, well, no, I'm just saying we've got a friend of the show who just opened up a comedy club in St. Pete.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it just opened up 2 weeks ago, and I got to get in touch with him and see what he's got on his roster and who he's booking. He's friends with a lot of national acts, so he's trying to get a lot of those national acts down here. But they don't all have to be national acts. I mean, you can come on up to St. Pete and hang out and do a show here. I'll put you in touch with him.
Yeah, that'd be great. I actually went out to did a show at Ybor City.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Improv?
No, it wasn't improv. It was oh my God, I can't remember right now. It was like a laugh out loud at a really kind of cool bar restaurant they had there, and I was one of 5 or 6 acts. It was a blast. I mean, I love Ybor City. I mean, I could live there. Well, I couldn't live there, but I could visit there once a year.
And never leave.
It's a neat place.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah,
send me an email or something.
Yeah, I'll definitely get you in touch with Mark and the information on his club. Because we'd like to have you up here in the area. And I mean, it's a Wednesday night, but it's tough to get people in here on a Wednesday night. But if you're ever in town, come on in and do the show too. So
yeah, absolutely.
If you're ever in the area,
I will. Yeah.
And feel free to write some jokes for Mike if you want.
Because my material sucks.
You guys need some help for sure.
Oh yeah. We know, Doug. That's why we booked you tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be one funny guy.
Yeah,
for,
we haven't
per
booked
week,
Mike once.
That's why I told him during the break. I said we have a real comedian coming on now, so take notes, please.
I'm happy for him, man. That's awesome. That's good stuff.
Oh, but hang on.
And he's absolutely right. It is scary as hell to walk out on that stage in front of live humans. It's underrated how hard it is to get up there and try and make people laugh.
Yeah, I'll tell you that the first time I did it, I just absolutely killed. I mean, the audience loved it. My fellow comedians came up and congratulated me. I mean, I thought to myself, this is not difficult at all.
Yeah.
And the second time I went out, I bombed. And so, you learn a lot, from doing it. But I think it helps with the writing as well. To get that feedback from the audience. I think it's a mutual thing.
Yeah, yeah. Are you doing any commercial work, screen work, or anything like that?
I've written actually 5 screenplays, which I've been trying to market, and I also do extra work. I've been on Magic City and Step Up 4, and a few others like that. So that's interesting because it's interesting to watch the filming process occur and watch how the directors work with the actors and so on.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing in this area. We're trying to network ourselves with local, filmmakers and things like that, and just trying to get extra work or anything we can do. I mean, I don't care if I have to play a doorman who just opens a door. Just do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Do it for the sake of doing it.
That's actually how we got into gay porn. Yeah.
That's right.
Somebody was holding the door.
I held the door open for him. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the back door
with his ass cheeks.
Okay. That was Doug's punchline. All right, let the man do his work.
Sorry, Doug.
I thought it was a family show.
Yeah, the Manson family. There we go. Listen. When I booked this, I thought this was shtick. I mean, I thought this was funny, but wildlife removal expert.
Well, nuisance wildlife removal expert. I mean, like I said, I've been trying to find a way to make money, and I saw some article that said you could register on a Bay County Broward website as a nuisance wildlife removal expert with absolutely no qualifications. I registered. My name is actually Python Bob.
Oh, you took your porn name. Okay, all right.
And so I registered, and I started getting phone calls, and I thought, what the hell? So people would call up and say, I've got a raccoon trapped in my garage. What should I do? And so
get out, shoot it. That'll be $50.
Legitimate, But no, I'd show up with a cage, and a net, and I'll tell you what, you can catch just about anything with a net.
And a chair.
Yeah, and I'd catch stuff and put them in a cage and then take them out to Chrome and let them loose in the Everglades.
Chrome. Chrome Avenue.
So you show up with a cage and a net, and these people are looking at you going, wow, he really is professional.
He is an expert.
Yeah, I play it up for sure.
Yeah, this guy's got experience.
They pay me perfectly in cash.
What?
And the thing I did that was probably the most inappropriate is I removed a whole flock of peacocks.
Oh wow!
Peacocks, that were in a neighborhood, and some of the residents got together. Peacocks are very, very filthy animals. The males are very pretty, but their personalities are pretty bad. They're nasty and loud, and when they mate, they sound like a man falling out of a tree. He's screaming. Just this go out, rah, rah. It's a horrible, horrible sound. And I went and I rounded them up with a net, and I took them out to Chrome and released them with the raccoons and other stuff.
There's a new zoo out by Chrome.
That's right. It's a petting zoo too.
Miami Country Safari.
It's the Doug Shear petting zoo.
It could be a reality show, that whole nuisance wildlife removal.
I was just going to say,
isn't there a reality show like this? It
yeah,
seems like
but,
I've seen a couple.
It's not funny. It's stupid. This one would be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because Doug would show up and pretend to be a professional.
I'm here to get your chihuahua.
Move
out of the
way. Then he's looking in the back of the car, this raccoon crapping all over the back seat, and he's like, where the hell am I going to dump this thing?
Yeah. Tempted to just kill him, but what am I going to do? Shoot him with a gun? I mean,
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. I would,
About 65.
I would just.
It's much more humane to trap them with a net, take them out to the Everglades, and cut them loose.
And giving them a fighting chance.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm arming them with a slingshot when I let them loose.
You're helping with the evolution there, the food chain. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
It's
The
cool.
pythons are hungry, so I'm giving them some extra food.
You never know. I mean, peacocks could be the kings of the Everglades, and they just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, or you just take it to
take over.
You take the raccoon to someone's house that you don't like, and you release it in their garage, and you go home.
Or you just start taking them to rich neighborhoods,
That's
dropping them
right.
off there.
Ah.
You get more phone
Seed the
calls, you
business.
make more money.
Flyer.
Seed the business.
Yeah, it's like a flyer.
And when they call you, you drop off a flyer, and you triple the rate.
No, put a collar on it with your card in there.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, just pin your card on their back. Well, it's a nice neighborhood. It'd be a shame to see something happen.
Yeah, it took Coconut Grove. You take them out there, just that's where the money is. You use the same raccoon over and over.
Train him to come to you when he calls.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be $8,000, please.
and you go, and you open the cage, and he just walks right in, you know?
What, that one? Rocky, come here.
Come here, Rocky. Come on in. Yeah. Get over here.
Yeah, but you could have this made, man. You're working this the wrong way, releasing all your animals out in the chrome.
Yeah, that's the damn show. That's what I would tune in to see. That's funny as hell.
I love it. It's a trained raccoon. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
You could train a peacock. You could work up a whole arsenal of pests.
Yeah, we got to work on that. You got to at least give us some credit when that thing hits the air, you know?
Oh yeah, I will for sure.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you lying sack.
I won't.
You lying sack.
We'll call for an interview, and I don't do AM.
I don't do AM radio. You know, I'm on TLC, damn it. Get the hell. Yeah, I'm making $100,000 an episode. I signed a 5-year deal. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know you guys.
Exactly. I don't know you guys.
Oh, you know what? The other thing I wanted to talk about was intimate hair.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get to that.
Yes.
Now this is very important because we've got a young guy in the studio. His name is Ray. What are you? 17?
17.
17 years old, and I personally on this show I have been campaigning to bring back pubic hair. You know, I miss it. I love all that 70s porn. You know, those are the women that I fell in love with, and I just. You know, that's my thing.
Mom.
What do they call him? Bob what? Bob. What's the guy's name? Bob Ross. Yeah, they're going.
Bob Ross between.
They got Bob Ross between their legs. You know, but so yeah, I'm pro pubic hair, and I thought it was hilarious when I saw your website, intimatehair.com. So, to our young fellow here, please explain to him. Pubic hair, the history of it, and
is it,
and the website, and is it, you know, does he have to be 18 or older to go to your website?
You know, it's pretty tasteful, but it's got pictures of women's private parts.
Oh, okay.
And also men. You know, a lot of men shave their pubic hair now.
Look away, Ray. Look away.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't, you're very much behind the times. But I agree with you. I'm in favor of pubic hair. I actually started the website as a joke. Somebody sent me some photos. You know how they send those photos on the internet of naked women.
No, we're not familiar with that.
Wait, there's
well,
naked.
I've heard stories.
Yeah.
You know? And it was entitled "Intimate Hair," and I thought, well, that's a great website to have. So I created the website as a joke, and then. It really didn't look anything like that. It really was just a joke. It was just some pictures and a few silly comments. And, if you can identify your girlfriend, let me know. And it was
My
silly,
name.
Let me know and I'll send her home.
And I left it alone. And then I went back to it in about a year just to check and see what was going on. And it was getting about, 1,000 hits a month. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. So I hooked up with a female friend of mine, and together we made it look sort of like what it looks like now, and over time it's getting as much as 25,000 hits a month.
Wow,
which seemed like an awful lot to me.
No,
and I was selling things on the site. I sold some Vajazzles on the site.
Wait, what are those?
What
is that?
You sold what? A Vajazzle?
Vajazzles.
Is that like a vagina-shaped gavel?
Oh, no. Vajazzle.
Oh, Vajazzle, not the gavel.
Oh, not a gavel. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, you're in a court of law, and he's got a hammer that's shaped like a poontang, and
little triangular head on it.
Yeah.
I could see the bottom part be, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, but Vajazzle, so you can decorate it.
Yeah, that's a Vajazzle. That's different.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
a gavel.
Yeah, a Vajazzle are these little Swarovski crystals in the shape of, peace signs or butterflies or so on that women stick on their vaginal area, their shaved vaginal area, so they can have a design there. They're popular among some young women.
I was going to say,
for a while.
Ray, do you care to chime in? Is this popular amongst your girlfriends?
No.
No?
Shaven completely. They hate. All girls hate hair nowadays.
Yeah.
All your girls hate hair?
Hate hair.
All right, but what about vajazzles? Wouldn't you like to see a vajazzle?
Not so much.
No? Come on. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, you really should check them out because women love to decorate their
hoops.
Definitely check them out.
Teach him, Doug. Teach him. The boy is just, I don't know, he just doesn't understand the history of the poon.
Yeah, I just don't think he's seen very much. Just like that.
And we have.
I've seen twice as much as he has.
Christian Canyon.
All right, so intimatehair.com. Are you writing this down?
Intimatehair.com. It's easy enough to remember.
You didn't even know Sammy Davis Jr. What are you talking about?
This is different.
Come on. All right.
This is
This is different. Yeah.
This is burned in my brain.
How do you? All right.
I can't forget this.
Ray, how do you spell Vajazzle?
Vajazzle. VAJAZZ.
L-E.
L-E.
Oh, all right. You gave it to him. You
Yeah.
handed it to him.
Wait a minute. It's spelled with a J
Vajazzle.
instead of a G.
Yeah.
That'd be Vajazzle.
Yeah.
I think the Utah Jazz should
you
change
know,
their name to the
Vajazzle.
Jazz.
They play like that.
Jazz, not gas.
Well, like you said, Doug, everybody had snatched up all the domain names in the English language, and you snatched up intimatehair.com.
Yeah.
How's that for a joke? Snatched up. There you go.
Snatch.
Intimatehair.com.
Yeah.
See, Doug, you can have that one.
There you go.
Or I guess that's not going to make the stand up.
No.
That's not going to make the act.
They call that audience feedback.
Damn.
It's
Sorry.
In the act, Lucy.
Doug's saying I already bombed. Why do I want to do it twice? Okay. Damn.
Now, you guys are pretty funny, actually. I was listening to you before for a while before I came on, and I fell asleep. But
Yeah, so did Wade.
Yeah.
It's actually one dude in the studio who does multiple voices.
Yeah.
Terry, do you have anything to say?
Hey, no. So, that's. I mean, I think you've got some great ideas. I mean, the whole thing. The book sounds great too. I mean, because
thanks.
I mean, Mike and I, who are old enough, we're in our late 40s, so growing up during that era, we can definitely relate to what you're talking about.
Yeah, are we talking about pubic hair here?
Well, everything. We're talking about pubic hair.
The first time I saw one without, I was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah. I thought there was a disease or something. Yeah.
Let me see that ID again. Hold on.
Wait.
What's it called? Alopecia when all your hair falls
Let me look closer.
Are you okay?
Let me look closer.
Yes, I did have to give it a close visual inspection, as I recall.
So the book sounds. Go ahead. I'm
you
sorry.
guys. It freaks me out. I'll be honest with you. I got a call from a lady who has a show in Great Britain, actually. She has a show for young women there to try to about sexuality, and she wanted to use my site to explain to them that there's nothing wrong with hair on your vagina.
That's right.
But the without look is just not different generation, whatever.
Well, I was explaining to Ray a little bit ago that back in the 70s when Mick and I were teenagers, you could see it like right through a pair of jeans. It was everywhere. It would be coming out the top.
No. You know what was hot was when we had to do swimming in gym class.
Oh, yeah.
And the girls would come out with their bathing suits, and you could just see the hair sticking out from the edges. Yeah. That was hot, bro. No. Why are you shaking your head? No. Oh, man.
Ray's like, freaks.
No. You see those pubes sticking out from underneath the bikini, and you're just
That's right. That's in the days before waxing or anything.
Oh,
no. And then you get the chicks.
How about getting one on your lip?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or the back of your throat?
I'm sure everybody remembers the chick who had like the vertical the vertical mustache that would run north up into her torso.
Well, let's Doug, tell us your pubic hair experiences, please.
For one thing, I think that the fact that a woman has a lot of hair there gives you an excuse for not knowing what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
When it's all shaved and it's all there, you have no more excuse.
That's right. You better know where all the parts are now.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Actually, in my book, one of the sexual experiences that I had, and I will keep this clean, is the first time I actually had sex with a woman who shaved down there, because when I grew up, it was all hippie chicks.
Yeah.
And there was no shaving. And then I get hooked up with this fairly sophisticated, somewhat older lady, and she shaved there, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like an adult, you know?
Yeah, finally, I'm a man.
I don't mean shaved, I mean it was trimmed, it was styled.
Right.
Yes.
As opposed to just like a wild bush that had never been, you know, cut.
Had like a part in it.
like out of a crow.
It was cropped. It was cropped. It was, you know, it was manicured.
Yes.
It was styled.
The landing strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right. So, what do you got coming up in the future? You got any gigs coming up you want to promote or anything?
Oh gosh, no. You know, I don't know. I'm sort of in a creative slump right now, trying to figure out my next project. The book's fairly recent, so I'm really kind of promoting that. That's what my energy's going into. But I want to work on another novel, something really amazing. But I just haven't, you know, gotten to figure out what I want to do yet.
Okay, and you're still going to do the nuisance wildlife removal?
Oh yeah, that's, you know,
That sounds like an act right there.
I show up, I do whatever it is, and eventually I write about that whole experience because it's actually kind of funny, you know, and the people that you meet, you know, in the process, and you know, somebody has like a wounded duck in front of their house, you know, flapping on the sidewalk, and they call me up and want me to
Take it out the crow.
$dollars, you know, well, I don't care, but, you know, I'll kick it to the side of the road.
They want you to repair the broken wing and all that?
Yeah.
No, if I pick him up, I'll just take him to Chrome. And, you know.
Drop in the Chinese place.
He doesn't really have a fighting chance, that one.
Cool. Well, listen, we want to get you some information and on the comedy club up here as well, and see if we can get you booked and get you out of the South Florida for a little bit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be. Just, you know, email me. It's just Doug Shear at AOL.com.
Doug Shear at AOL.com. You're also on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I've got a website, DougShear.com, which has some of my I've done videos of some of my comedy acts are on there, along with some of the, you know, books and screenplays I've written. So that's out there. So I'm very easy to find. Nobody seems to want to find me, but I'm pretty easy to find if you do.
I'm out there looking for them.
No, cool. We definitely want to get the word out there, and, you know, we want to promote the book American Karma, Twilight of the Marijuana Gods, and the corresponding website, primopot.com. You can find a link on there for the book as well. Also on there's a link for intimatehair.com. On Primo Pot, so they're both connected together. Intimate Hair, my personal favorite, of course, you know, and a history lesson for young Ray here. And,
Appreciate it.
So we'd like to get him involved, but we definitely want to see some more of your stand up and get some more of your bits, and you know, anything that, if it's clean, I want to play it on the show. So if you got any routines, we'd love to play it.
They're mostly clean, and feel free.
All right, good. We just want to get your permission.
You got my permission. Feel free. Just they're videos. You can pull them off of YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah, good deal.
So, you know, feel free. Yeah.
Awesome. Doug Shear, everybody. Please go pick up a copy of his book on Amazon, American Karma, Twilight of the Marijuana Gods. It's a 1970s version of On the Road, so to speak. And, I definitely want to, when we have you back on, we want to get more detail into the book, too, you know, and just some of the characters and some of the situations you were in. We went over it quickly tonight, but I want to get into more detail on your next appearance if you'll be on again.
Oh, that'd be great. I've had fun with you guys. I really have, and I appreciate you letting me on the show and being good sports and everything.
Not a problem. We appreciate you putting up with our BS and, you know, and dealing with us. So, but we look forward to having you again in the future.
Anytime.
Thanks again. Doug Shear, everybody.
All right.
Have a good night.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, that was good.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, he is funny.
I enjoyed that.
He's got to do more stand-up, or he's got to get that reality show.
I think that whole nuisance animal trapper thing
that could
is
be
a
a hit.
bit.
That's
is
it.
a bit. You know what?
Just do that and put it on YouTube.
First you find them, you know, you go get them, and then you make them into like your pets, and
Right.
then you release them in the rich neighborhood,
Right.
You know, and it's like a con game on people. You know, I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, you know, like you said, you put the business card, you staple it to the staple it to the raccoon's ear, you know.
That's right, you know.
They'll never suspect anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and he shows up with the
Call
cage.
Python Bob.
You know, just raccoon goes, oh, there's my cage. Let's go. Are we going home now?